AC24/7, I'm Aaron Dean. It's just now days until the federal government runs out of funding. A shutdown will happen if there's no deal in Congress by October 1st. As the Advocate Channel's Emily Schmidt reports from Washington, it's created two dueling storylines: bipartisanship and blame.
Folks, I want to take a minute to explain to you what's going on in Washington right now.
As a potential government shutdown looms, President Joe Biden's administration is sharing a list of possible impacts to daily life.
Shutting down air traffic control training.
They simply cannot buy the nutrition, they can't buy the fruits and vegetables that they would otherwise have access to.
We're talking about over 1 million military members that would go without pay.
President Biden's Tuesday social media post makes clear who he blames.
The Republicans in the House of Representatives refused to stand up to the extremists in their party. So now everyone in America could be forced to pay the price.
But the Republican Speaker of the House blames the president.
He changed all the policies on the border. He can change those. We can keep government open.
House Speaker Kevin McCarthy, who as of now lacks the votes to pass his spending bill, is focusing on border security his colleagues want included. With the House stalemate, he was asked, what about the Senate?
I'm not going to take up hypotheticals of someday dreaming the Senate's going to do something.
This week, the Senate will move forward first.
Tuesday, Senate leaders announced they have reached a deal on a 45-day stopgap resolution.
The sooner Congress keeps the light on, the sooner these important conversations can resume.
The 79-page draft bill being circulated includes $6.2 billion in aid for Ukraine, more room for disagreement, even less time until the deadline. I'm Emily Schmidt reporting.
Former President Donald Trump is guilty of fraud. Tuesday, in a summary judgment, a New York judge ruled Trump and his adult sons deceived banks, insurers, and others about his net worth for about a decade. In a deposition, Trump said that the financial statements were not fraudulent because they included what he called a worthless clause, which basically warned lenders the statements shouldn't be relied on. The ruling comes days before Trump's civil case with the New York Attorney General's office is set to go to trial. The trial will now focus on determining liability on other claims and how much Trump and the other defendants should pay for the fraud. Trump has long insisted that he's done nothing wrong. More disturbing news about the climate. The National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration says that last month was the hottest August on record. The records date back to 174 years ago. The average global and land temperature rose 62.3 degrees. That's more than 2 degrees higher than the average temperature in August during the 20th century. The sizzling August temperatures mark the 534th consecutive month temperatures have soared above the 20th century average. 2 U.S. officials say that U.S. Army private who crossed the border into North Korea is back in U.S. custody. This comes after North Korean state media reported that the state has decided to expel Travis King. In July, he walked into the country from South Korea during a tour of the joint security area. North Korea had said that he was seeking refuge from the U.S. According to state media, King in part, quote, confessed that he illegally intruded into the territory of the DPRK as he harbored ill feelings against inhumane maltreatment and racial discrimination within the U.S. Army, unquote. Well, Americans aren't racing to get updated COVID-19 vaccines. Only about 25% of adults say that they definitely plan to get the shot, while 33% say that they definitely will not get it. And that's according to a new survey from the nonprofit health policy group KFF. As for children, 40% of parents in the survey said that they intend to get the shot for their kids and teens. These updated COVID-19 vaccines were designed to help the body fight off the latest variants. They come as Americans face an uptick in infections, hospitalizations, and deaths. And thanks so much for watching AC24/7. For more, go to theadvocatechannel.com and subscribe on the Advocate Channel YouTube page. For the Advocate Channel, I'm Aaron Dean.